And for more on the state of the presidential race, let's bring in ABC's political director, Rick Klein. Rick, the president is threatening to cut funding to some major cities because of what he calls lawless protests. Can he do that?
It's almost certainly going to be challenged in courts if he actually continues the machinations to do it. And start with the irony here that he would literally be defunding the police and potentially harming his efforts to get schools to open. Think about the ripple effect that any kind of cutting of federal resources would mean for state and local police forces. So the president has put a lot of bluster behind some such threats in the past. They are rarely carried through. If he does attempt it, there's going to be a very fierce legal fight. It's unclear what pots of money he's talking about. And again, there's a real political risk here in being viewed that you're actually doing what you say your opponent wants to do.
And Rick, we also heard in Mary's piece the president suggesting that people in North Carolina vote by mail and in person. I just want to emphasize that's not legal, correct?
Don't try this at home. Look, there's no loophole to test the system, as the president is suggesting. It is patently illegal. Attempting to vote more than once, knowing that you're doing it, that's illegal. Even if you do it by accident, that can be illegal. And if you coerce someone else into doing it, as Mary reported, that's illegal. So the attorney general can spin this however he wants. What the president is suggesting here is that people actually would commit a crime.
And I want to shift now to Kenosha, Wisconsin, another city where we're seeing protests after the police shooting of Jacob Blake. Now, you've said that Kenosha may be more important to this race than either of the conventions. Why?
Well, this is developing into an almost perfect microcosm of the major issues of our day. The crises around racial reckoning, police protests, police violence, as well as what those protests mean, and violence that's sometimes directed against peaceful protesters, sometimes directed against police. So you see this remarkable convergence of issues, and it happens to happen in the most closely divided county, in one of the most closely divided states, in a very divided nation. That's why you have President Trump making the trip earlier this week and Joe Biden going to Kenosha. Symbolically important as well as substantively important, that trip he's making today.
Yeah, we know Wisconsin played such a big role in 2016 as well. But, you know, the larger issues here, racism, police violence, protests, safety, these are complicated issues. So what are both of the candidates doing, or at least proposing, to try to tackle them?
Yeah, they're coming at it from almost diametrically opposed positions. When President Trump was there earlier in the week, he put the highlight on looting, on vandalism, on violence, and suggested that this is what you'll see more of in Joe Biden's America. He was making it about the protests. Joe Biden is trying to get more at the source of those protests. What is it that struck such a chord with people that had them marching in the streets, and yes, sometimes leading to violent confrontations? That's why he's meeting with Jacob Blake's family. So far as we know, Joe Biden is going to make a meeting today where President Trump hasn't even spoken the name Jacob Blake. It's a much different tenor and tone of campaigning.
They've got different approaches, that's for sure. Rick, we can't let you go without a very quick round of Stump Rick Klein today. We got to put your little graphic up there. Are you ready, Rick Klein?
Let's do it.
So Joe Biden saw a convention bounce of about 5 points in an ABC News and Ipsos poll, but Trump saw little movement in his favorability after the RNC. When was the last time a candidate did not get a convention bounce in the polls?
This is an interesting one that our friends at 538 may have something interesting to say at the end of it. I would hazard a guess that we've got to go back to, let's say we're going to go back to 1988 to find a lack of a bounce. What do we think?
The judges are telling me John Kerry in 2004, not going so far back as you think. Rick Klein in Washington, it's always great to have you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.